Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island, he's a Democrat. He's ranking member of the Armed Services Committee. He released this statement on the president's proposed cuts to diplomacy. It is short-sighted to slash foreign and diplomacy, and they know it's a lot more cost-effective to clean your gutters than it is to ignore the problem until you have water coming in through the roof. President Trump's lack of foresight could cost Americans dearly. Well, Senator Reed joins us right now. Senator, I worked for the Senate Budget Committee as a staffer for 3 years, and one thing I learned is there's no shortcuts. And why do we need more defense spending? Do we need more nuclear missiles? How many missiles do we have? Don't we have tens of thousands of nuclear warheads? And Trump doesn't seem to get we use missiles as deterrents, not to use them. Why would we need to use more if we're not going to use them? Why are we building more? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, the first thing we have to do is ensure the security of the United States. That's a given. But we have to make wise choices. And what the president is proposing is something that, by gutting the State Department, you're actually taking away one of our most effective national security tools. When General Mattis, now Secretary of Defense Mattis, was a CENTCOM commander, he essentially said, if you cut the State Department, then I've got to get more ammunition. So I don't think he's making the wisest choices. Also, I don't think he's articulated yet a strategy. He's just picked a number out of the air. Yes, we do have to provide additional resources for improving the quality of our maintenance, making sure that our training is underway, but we just can't throw a number at it. We have to throw a strategy and make some really wise choices.
Does the arithmetic add up here? Does Trump know what he's talking about when he says he's going to shift $54 billion from state to defense?
Well, shifting it out of state would be catastrophic and would actually, I think, again, not help our national security, but complicate it. For example, in Afghanistan, a lot of what we're doing is assisting the training of Afghan forces, but we're also trying to build governmental capacity, trying to build the ability of that country to function in terms of public health, education, et cetera. That's not the job of military. That's the job of the State Department and other federal agencies. And if you take those resources away, the military will buy you some time, but you'll get nothing done.
Well, in an interview with Fox and Friends, President Trump seemed reluctant to take full responsibility for the Yemen raid. Let's watch on this one.
Well, this was a mission that was started before I got here. This was something that was, just they wanted to do. And they came to see me. They explained what they wanted to do, the generals, who are very respected. My generals are the most respected that we've had in many decades, I believe. And they lost Ryan.
I don't understand this. Why is the commander-in-chief blaming his generals or his officer corps for a casualty?
Well, the commander-in-chief is indeed the commander-in-chief. He's responsible for everything that happens or fails to happen. The decision was made in his administration. It was carried out by very brave soldiers, sailors, SEALs, and one of them, Ryan Owens, and to his family we owe our deepest regards and sympathy. But his job, and the American people believe it, he's the commander-in-chief, he's responsible.
Well, after the Bay of Pigs, Jack Kennedy, our president, said, when they said who's responsible was, he said, I was the officer in charge. And his numbers went through the roof. So this president's not being Jack Kennedy here in accepting responsibility for every mission can go wrong. That's why they're called missions. They can go wrong. And you have to accept when they go right and when they go wrong, right? I think.
You absolutely do. That's the first rule of the command. If you're the commander, you're responsible. And he is the commander-in-chief. And there's no way around that. And it was approved under his administration. There was preparatory work that was being done for years and years and years, and in many respects, certainly months before he took office. But the decision emanated while he was the commander-in-chief. He has to stand up, as you recall, with respect to the Bay of Pigs. The President Jack Kennedy stood up and said it was being planned by President Eisenhower, but it was my call.
Actually, it was Jack Kennedy's call ultimately. Thank you so much. And he took the hit for it appropriately. Thank you, Senator Jack Reed of Rhode Island.